This video shows how to do both depth and time domain streaming from LogScope on an iPhone. First of all, we select server, then we select the wellbore that we're going to use. We're going to use auto-populate, and we will select the auto-populate depth-based, and we need to select the correct template. Before we move on, we just make sure that we have everything selected correctly, the correct trajectory, the correct mudlog, and then we hit done, and it will present us with an open menu with the plot. Automatically open the well with a template that's in the default preferences, and we need to change to a template that we can see all the data that we want to see for this particular streaming example. Once we're there, we can just hit the play button and it will start to stream the data. Pressing play in the bottom menu puts it into streaming, and you can change from portrait to landscape mode by just turning the phone on its side. You can look at the full plot or part of the plot, or you can change the scale using your fingers at any point in time. When the first pull of information is complete, working will disappear and you'll see all the data populated in the plot. So this is the full plot of the depth data. We're going to hit exit, and now we're going to look at the time-based data. We choose WITSML and setup, and we change the index from depth to time. Again, we use the auto-populate function, and we're going to choose the right template. We'll load the data in, and then we hit done, and it will populate with the data. We must make sure that we set the spacing to be 15 seconds, because that's the spacing that the data is coming down from the server. In this case, the template is appropriate and okay. So the next thing we need to do is we need to make sure that we set up the time zone correctly so we get the correct rig time. Remember, we're plotting this in relative to rig time. You can do rig time, UTC, or universal time. So we put in -5, and then we just hit the play button. We can change the scale using the scale, or we can change it using our fingers, and we can turn the plot into landscape, which we can see here. And then an example of changing the scale with fingers is just shown just there. And then once that's done, we can also use our finger and we can see the data on the plot. We can go back and we can do the same thing in portrait mode as well. And that's all there is. Thank you very much.